Hey guys, what is up and welcome to another preview video. This is going to be the new Sivir on the PBE server, and now not only did she get a new rework with her skills, with some of them at least, but she also got a new model. As I'm sure you can see in the video right now, the model looks absolutely beautiful, the skills look stunning, and overall the model itself was an amazing job by Rise, so kudos on that. But we're not here to only look at the model, we're here to also look at the skills, what's the difference, and if it's a better difference or not. So I want to be going through each of her skills and telling you guys what I think about it, whether I think it's a good change or a bad change. One thing to remember is that this is on the PBE server, aka a testing server, so things are subject to change prior to her actual release on the live server. So everything you see here can be changed when she actually gets released, whether it's a big change or a small one, so keep this in mind. Her passive is actually the same thing as the one on the live server, which is if you auto attack a champion or hit them with an ability, she will get movement speed about 50 for 2 seconds. So there's obviously not much to mention here other than it's a pretty good passive and it does help her kite and run away from people. Up next we have her Q ability, Boomerang Blade, which is also the exact same as the current one on the live servers in terms of stats and the damage that it deals. The only thing to mention here is obviously the new animation on her Q with her new model upgrade. This is obviously a lot more pleasant to the eye and it's a lot more fun to use and cool to watch, but other than that it is the same ability. And now jumping to the first ability that's actually different, her Ricochet ability, which is her E. Now instead of only ricocheting on the next auto attack that Sivir does, it actually goes on the next 3 auto attacks. The current Sivir's Ricochet only jumps to 5 additional targets, but the new one will bounce to as many targets as it can as long as it's a new target within the area, something that it has not went to yet. The new Ricochet is a lot better than the old Sivir's Ricochet because not only does it not have a limit to how many targets it can bounce to, but the damage reduction will only drop down to 40% of the total damage rather than 20% per target for each target that is hit. On top of this, her ultimate also has a nice synergy effect with Ricochet, which I will explain later, but all in all, the new Ricochet is definitely a lot better than the old one, so kudos to that as well. The next ability is the Spell Shield. Now other than of course the upgraded visual effects on it, the ability itself does have that same concept, however the numbers are slightly different. For instance, the new one does not cost any mana to activate while the current one apparently costs 75. The drawback of this ability is that the current one will give Sivir back 150 mana no matter what level it is, but the new one will give Sivir back a lot less mana at the lower ranks such as 60 or 70 at level 1. All in all, it's a pretty good change to Spell Shield because if you accidentally press it or miss it in the lane, you won't lose out on the mana that it costs to activate because again it costs no mana now. Also, the mana that it gives back is not too much of a negative impact. I mean 150 of course is better, but the 60 or 70 that it gives at level 1 is not all bad because you won't need a whole lot of mana at those early stages. And finally, jumping to Sivir's ultimate. The ultimate does maintain the core concepts of the current Sivir's ultimate, but it also adds a passive effect to it. The passive effect, like I mentioned earlier, does synergize with her Ricochet, which is her W ability. What it does is that every time you have Ricochet active and ready to use, your auto attack speed will be increased per level of the ultimates. This is actually a very good change because this gives Sivir slightly higher burst potential with her Ricochet and also a higher chance to push the waves up. The active effect of the ability, like I said, does retain its roots. However, it does not give attack speed to your allies, but only movement speed, starting at about 60% at level 1, and it will slowly decrease to 20%. Even with these changes to her ability, she is still the wave pusher that we know and love her to be. In fact, she might even be better at pushing the waves now that Ricochet can go up to 3 times. All in all, the new Sivir rework is pretty impressive. The new model rework on her is obviously beautiful and it's really nice to look at her skills. Her new quotes are also nice to listen to and overall a great job on that part. The changes that were made to her abilities I think are positive as well, such as the Spell Shield one being a pretty good one, the Ricochet being a very good one, and the On the Hunt ability, which is her ultimate, is also quite good because not only does it give more synergy with her Ricochet ability, which is one of her core things other than the boomerang, it still maintains its core purpose, which is to buff her allies and give them extra movement speed, though granted it does not give your allies attack speed anymore. So in conclusion, the rework on the server is beautiful and I can't wait to play her on the live servers. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please follow my Facebook fan page and my Twitter page, which is in the description below under this video, and also check out the previous rework videos I've done on Heimer and on Xerath. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and I'll see you next time. Peace!